Every time the light goes out, it can get pretty frustrating. Maybe you're working, maybe you're watching a really nice TV show, and then that happens. Well, there are a few reasons why it happens, and it may raise a question on does it happen, or is it legal or not. And among said questions, to answer those, we have to look at the assumptions we make. The first assumption is, well, there is just poor management or low electricity, poor infrastructure. The second most common misconception or assumption we make is that there is no real law regulating stuff and that complaints are just pointless. Thirdly, we have that if someone is responsible, it is companies like Wapta or K Electric. And let me tell you, all of these assumptions are incorrect. To answer the question why load shedding happens, we have to go into the past. The year was 1977. An act was passed called the NEPRA Act. NEPRA now stands for National Electric Power Regulatory Authority. Under this act, companies are allowed to shed electricity up to 30%. Now, but that 30% does not include random load shedding. It is precise, it has to be in coordinated plans, it has to be promptly scheduled, and lastly, it has to be in rotating blocks. So yes, in short answer, load shedding is legal, but the load shedding you and I face isn't. Because what happens is, there is a type of load shedding called revenue-based load shedding. So what the companies do in areas where there is a lot of electricity theft or people don't pay their bills, the companies cut off the electricity of the entire block or in the entire neighborhood for a set amount of time. And because of that, it balances out their revenues because of the electric theft. Instead of going after these people, the companies charge people like you and me with load shedding. Now, what has NEPRA done about this? The NEPRA has declared that such acts and activities are illegal. And NEPRA actually has fined these companies, K Electric, Hasco, Pesco, Casco, Sepco, about 250 million combined. And then Pesco and Casco were fined again for 75 million rupees. But between being fined and paying the fine, there is a lot of legal jargon. There is a really long process. So these companies, they keep doing it because it profits them. So simply, what can we do? Recently, the PM's office tried to push through a draft amendment. An amendment is basically a change in the act. They tried to push through an amendment in the NEPRA Act to regulate such load shedding to make it legal. It would be termed as recovery-based load shedding. And now NEPRA has actually rejected such drafts and amendments. And now we have on one hand NEPRA sanctioning these companies, fighting for what is our rights, and on the other hand we have government trying to push through such atrocities, such human rights defying policies. So now the question remains, if it is illegal, can you and I sue? Short answer is no. A group of people in Peshawar tried it. They went to a civil court that we are facing up to 18 hours of load shedding a day, and the court said that we do not have jurisdiction to hear such cases. Jurisdiction is basically a court's right to hear a case or not. So if a court does not have jurisdiction, then who does? Well, to complain, you have to go through official NEPRA channels, and that is a really long process. I mean, even if courts had jurisdiction, that is a really long process. And between having a right on paper and actually having a way to enforce it, there are a lot of things in Pakistan that you cannot. And that is what we will be delving into in this channel, so stick around. Oh shit.